Well, it wasn't quite the brilliant game that we've seen throughout the series to finish things off in Pakistan, but England the worthy winners, you would think, in the end. The cricket was sensational, Nas. It was a bit more about everything else, though, that tour, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously the cricket was very important, on the verge of a World Cup, a World T20 in Australia for both sides, but really having not got back to Pakistan for 17 years for different reasons, for a variety of reasons, this was more about off the field, especially with the floods and the humanitarian crisis that's going on out there. So it was great to see the smiles on faces of the Pakistan fans. 7 sellouts at 2 great venues, and up until today, a very close series, really. I just felt throughout the series England were the better side. If you looked at who had good games for England, there were 9, 10 players. If you look at the Pakistan side, there were a couple of batters. Haris Rauf with the ball. They relied very heavily on individuals, and when those individuals went, like today, it became very one-sided.
Well, what have you learnt from this series? We asked you to pick your starting 11, assuming everyone is fit for England's first game against Afghanistan in Perth. This is what you've gone for. Why?
Well, I've picked all my batters, really, because some of them bowl. The likes of Ben Stokes obviously bowls, Moeen Ali obviously bowls, Liam Livingstone gives you a bowling option. So I've decided to pick all 7 of my batting options: Buttler, Hales, Malan, Stokes, Brooke, Ali, Livingstone. And if you're picking those 7 batters, then you've got to pick your best 4 bowlers. Don't worry about if they bat or not. And for me, without doubt, Mark Wood is a point of difference, and his pace is one of your best bowlers. Adil Rashid, as we saw today, and have seen for the last number of years, is absolutely irreplaceable for England. I think Topley has had a fantastic year in T20 and white ball cricket, and a left arm option. It really left me just one spot, and that was Jordan, Curran or Wokes. I know Mark Butcher, when he picked his side, went for Wokes for the new ball bowling and the power play. I've gone for Chris Jordan as the death bowler, because England have lost the last 2 World Cups in a final and a semi-final because of their death bowling. And it's the one area maybe in this series that haven't quite solved that problem, but they've got some games before that World Cup in Australia to do that.
You said you picked all your batsmen, you haven't picked Phil Salt.
Well, he's a wicket-keeper batsman. Having spoken to Matthew Mott, he said Buttler was going to keep. So.
OK, thank you very much. Well, England look well set after that excellent performance against Pakistan. I say the first game in the World Cup will be in West Australia. They will go to Perth, where they will take on Afghanistan. That's where their campaign will start, and you can see it with us on the 22nd. Promise you can, at 11:30.